Back-to-back $3,000 days. Oh my gosh, the win streak continues. We're actually going crazy. I'm going to show you guys real quick before we get into the recap and the full breakdown. Here's this trade right here. This is from London session, the one I'm about to show first. This is from London session going into New York. We hit this key area, moved my stops up to plus 1,000, so caught about 100 points. Got stopped in profit on this one. It ended up hitting this max target. As you guys can see, it ended up going absolutely crazy. Like the analysis was beautiful, but ended up getting stopped in profit for a little over 1,000 on that one on the Asia accounts. And then here is from New York. This I didn't take a trade in New York AM. If you guys were in the Discord call this morning, you guys know that. But this is FOMC. I traded FOMC. There was a beautiful setup. As you see, caught over 150 points. FOMC, 5 micros over 1,600 bucks. This one actually ended up, unfortunately, it was super close to that top to my actual TP. Stopped me out in profit as well. So there's another 1,300 bucks there. And then right off that TP area was where I was interested in a short. And here's the video. Oh wow. Oh, there you go. Here's the video of that one too. So I took a short, like ping ponged it right off that high too. So 3 for 3 today. 2 trades in New York PM, and 1 trade going into New York in London session, Asia session, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, those are the 3 trades for today. $3,000 day once again, just like yesterday. If you guys haven't checked out the recap from yesterday, make sure you guys check that out. Full explanation, full breakdown, things like that. But yeah, let's get into the actual breakdown so you guys can start to understand how I'm catching these. Like I said, we've been on a crazy win streak. If you guys want to watch me trade these setups live every single morning, my free Discord's in the description. Just make sure you click on the Discord. Once you join, claim your free access and type in the public chat from YouTube. Once you type in the public chat my Discord from YouTube, I'll add you guys to the free premium. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this thing. So yeah, let's actually go into replay mode here real quick, so we kind of get a clear slate. All right, so jumping to the 15-minute time frame. This was by this time it was 11:30 p.m. So I start my TikTok lives. I do Asia session on TikTok. I start my TikTok lives at like 8:45 p.m. Central. So we were already a few hours into the live stream. I'm like, guys, I'm not interested in this area. If you guys were in that live stream, you guys saw. What did I want to see? I had the CE of this 5-minute order block marked. So I had this order block marked here. 5-minute order block below. Let me show you guys something first. But yes, I had this 5-minute order block mark because you just want to have higher time frame POIs to either side of price to play these possible PO3s. But in this specific case scenario, this was like the only POI I really saw below price for a possible long. And then we had this 5-minute order block up here. With how price was acting, I was really expecting one of these order blocks to end up holding. So I had both these order blocks marked out real quick. If you guys are new, first of all, make sure you guys are getting familiar with these basic terms. But order block, literally just this last up close candle before this significant down move that creates fair value gaps. So you see how this is the last green candle. For me, it's orange. Last up candle before the down move that creates fair value gap. So it's just the body of that. That's the order block we marked out there. And the order block we marked out here, same thing but opposite. Last down close candle, so just the body before this impulsive up move that shifted structure and created fair value gaps. So you know that this is a valid area. So first of all, let me make these gray real quick. Boom, boom. And as you can see, so you can see it on the 5-minute chart too. So I'll just stay on the 5-minute chart. This is the reason I wasn't taking a trade beforehand. You guys see this huge accumulation range. If you guys haven't checked out my strategy video, you guys know my main concept of my strategy is PO3s. This is a huge accumulation range. I don't want to be operating in anything that looks like this. I want price to this is like beautiful setups for price to manipulate it. So in the Discord I was saying, if price can manipulate this range into this order block, that's going to be my area of interest where I start to look for the market maker buy model, start to get PO3s on the way up. And as you guys know, or anyway, let's just get into the trade. So you guys can also see another internal PO3. So this huge range, but then there's a smaller time frame range here as well. So 2 accumulation ranges, and boom, what happens? We play some candles, boom, straight up. Manipulation of both these huge ranges, so accumulation, then manipulation into higher time frame POI. What do you also notice? This 4-hour candle, so if you guys don't have the indicator, it's HTF power of 3 by 2 degrees. I trade the 4-hour candle CRT combined with PO3s. We get accumulation, then we get this manipulation range here. We got this manipulation into that 5-minute order block that I had marked long before this even happened. I was like, guys, I'm going to play shorts or longs tonight. Whichever one gets manipulated into first, we'll start to look for price to possibly reverse. And as you guys can see, it ended up being the bottom. And where did it wick to? Right to that order block, just like we thought. That's why you got to have POIs marked out to either side of these accumulation ranges. So higher time frame accumulation, higher time frame manipulation, even this internal lower time frame accumulation manipulation. So it was all looking beautiful. And as you guys can see, the 1 minute chart. The 1 minute chart, some instant buybacks. There wasn't a clear IFVG, so realistically it was us kind of, but boom, right there, that one candle. Closed above all these bearish imbalances, shot up super fast after the manipulation. So now what do we expect? We expect this to kind of turn into a market maker buy model. So we get the final PO3. You expect this to start to be the buy side of the curve. So this would be like the bottom PO3, and then you can expect price to start to shift structure, get re-PO3s, and then go up, form another re-PO3, which is why I stress to you guys, I try to always stress this to you guys, like, don't be so stressed out if you don't catch this initial PO3, because the way I trade PO3s. I have a higher time frame narrative, a higher time frame draw on liquidity. Like I told the guys in the stream, the top of this accumulation range is the main target. It's like 300 points away. If you didn't catch the entry on this initial PO3, there's going to be re-PO3s. If you don't get that one, a new 4-hour candle is going to open up. You're going to get a re-PO3. The market's going to head to that draw on liquidity regardless with this market maker buy model. So there's no reason to take bad entries just because you didn't catch the very bottom. My entry on this specific long, as you guys can see, this was I think this is the 5 minute chart. This was that same accumulation. This was the manipulation. My entry was right when that candle closed pretty much above everything. So at 5, you guys can see 516 was my entry. So 516 was, yeah, literally right around this candle right here once they closed above that top FVG. So 516 was my entry. Let's get that drawn out. 516 area, pretty much right there. And like I said, guys, the max TP, my max TP, as you can see, was 728. Like I said, ended up getting hit. So 728 was my max TP, which was right into that top order block that we have marked out. So this was like over, or obviously not a 40-point stop. Like I think my stop was below that gap right there. So about a 28-point stop, about a 7.6 R. So huge room on this trade. But and that's pretty much it. Accumulation, manipulation into a POI to set in the bottom wick of the 4-hour candle, and we get the IFG or CISD, and it lines up with the 4-hour candle, lines up with everything. And like I said, buy side of we're expecting this to be the buy side of the curve because it's a higher time for manipulation as well. So what does that mean? For the people that didn't catch this bottom entry, just wait for a re-PO3, man. We're going to form 5-minute imbalances. We're going to form 15-minute imbalances on the way up. Once we do that, you can start to look for re-PO3s for entries. And you guys that were in the Asia live last night, you guys know I alerted some longs on the like up top on the buy side of the curve. This thing created a 15-minute value gap eventually. We'll play out the candles here. So you guys will see in this type of area here. Yep, there it is. So price created that 15-minute gap. If you didn't get the initial PO3, it's a market maker buy model. There's going to be re-PO3s. So what do we get? We formed this 15-minute gap, got a re-PO3 manipulation on the 1-minute time frame into the 15-minute gap. And you guys will see that's the gap that ended up holding and taking us to that max TP. And at New York Open, even crazier. So yeah, very clean London session trade. I want to get into the FOMC trades real quick, but yeah, that was the baseline. If you got, like I said, as I do these recaps every day that you guys keep seeing on the channel, drop any specific questions, any specific concepts you're not understanding in my strategy. Just let me know. Also, make sure you check out the actual concept like video. But yeah, that was the London session trade. So now let's clear the charts and get into these two trades. So I already showed you guys earlier. These were the two trades in FOMC. I call like a 150-point long, and then also that little short right at the top. So going into FOMC, I didn't like the morning price action. It was super volatile up, then super volatile down. You guys know I trade PO3s. We got no accumulation all morning, straight pump. So what was I watching? I wanted to see this 5-minute or this 15-minute breaker block. This 15-minute breaker block was that short that I just showed you. That was like the little scalp after the big long I took. So my long was actually taking a PO3 setup into this gap, and then I took the $700 scalp out of it because this was like the area I wanted to see. If price is going to be bearish, I wanted to take a short up here, not anywhere down here. So you guys will notice we created this New York AM low. We also had London session lows right here. So session lows. Oh no, that was 3 a.m. No, London session low was right here. So we got London session low. We got New York AM low. So as you guys know, you guys see in my other videos, session lows, previous day high, previous day low. These are all key areas you can mark out. And as you see, we got New York AM low. We got London session low. What does price do? Let's jump over to I think it was on the 1-minute chart. Yeah, the 1-minute chart. We have London low, New York AM low. What does price do? The same thing. If you guys have been tuning into all these videos or tuning into all the live streams that I've been doing in my free Discord and everything, it's starting to get repetitive, which is why it's good, because I want you guys to finally be able to start taking these on your own, because I'm not always going to be able to be on live stream. I'm not going to always want to just call these out. I want you guys to start learning this on your own. And a lot of you guys in the Discord are actually doing really good. But as you see, another re-PO3, same sort of setup as London. To set in the bottom wick of this 4-hour candle, we get a PO3. What do we take out as far as higher time frame areas? Session lows. London low, New York low. We swept both of them with this PO3. So now, I'm honestly at this point, with all this LRO we've built up and where we reacted off of earlier, I'm expecting this breaker block to hold. You guys will see later, Nvidia earnings actually were at the end of this day, and Nvidia earnings pumped the market through that zone. But like technically speaking, this zone is where I wanted to see shorts. However, this is a beautiful PO3 setup aligned with the 4-hour candle CRT through higher time frame liquidity to take a long into that zone. So my TP was at that zone, as you guys can see on the long I showed you guys. 150 points, $1,600 just from this PO3 alone. The entry was at 643. So let's see. So my entry was 643. So I think it was just about once we got the So price got this initial, or was it no? It might have been a gap retest. Or no, here was the CIC. So price had this huge, the last up candle before the down move that sent us to manipulation. That's usually the valid CISD. So this candle barely got that CISD, and this is around where I took my entry on that retest level. So accumulation, manipulation through high time frame level to put in the bottom wick of this 4-hour candle. We got the CISD area around 643. Yes, around there, with TPs at this, going like a little bit above, going into this 150 points, which is around what I got. Yeah, around 803 was where like the price was at on the screenshot. So yeah, around here, 160 points, guys. This is why everyone that tunes into the live, sometimes they're like, why are you not in a trade? Why are you not in a trade? Like, have you alerted any trades? First of all, check my YouTube. This has been one of my craziest months of all time. Obviously not super leveraged, but I do have 3 expresses for New York and 1 for Asia. But I've been trading 5 micros and I'm up about 15. I'd have to check across all accounts. I think it's about 15 bands up on the month, maybe 16, somewhere in there. We're going absolutely crazy. My strategy, it requires patience. You got to wait for it to set up, but when it does, these moves are big. You guys have seen all the recaps. 100-point trades, 150-point trades, like almost every day. Like, so this was a 160-point trade. I believe we had around a 20-point stop below this low. Once again, a 6R trade. These are crazy trades. Or no, I guess stops weren't at that low. Where's my stop on this? Oh, I see what happened. I see. That's what happened. So I saw it entered at 643. So 643 was my entry, but it was after that. So what I just showed you guys, I like put my P&L till before this. It had a reaccumulation and then closed above. So I entered at 643, but I entered at 643 right here. This was this momentum through this high. It was right 643 whenever we got the IFEG. So we formed another. We had this PO3. We formed another reaccumulation and manipulated down. Wait, no. Wait, guys, I think you gotta. Sorry, I didn't see the time on it. I think this comes all the way back down. Yep. This is what it was. New 4-hour candle open. So this was right when FOMC opened right here. Sorry, I had the timing off on that one. So FOMC opened right here. New 4-hour candle formed. What do we want to see on a new 4-hour candle? We want to see PO3s to create bottom wicks of the 4-hour candle. So previous 4-hour candle got the PO3 already. We shifted structure, started to reaccumulate. So like I said, you're going to see re-PO3s for entries. You never have to stress about missing this. And you're going to see we get another re-PO3. So we get this accumulation range here. What do we want to see? We want to see a long up into that 15-minute zone, or not want to, but if it happens, that's what we want to play. So we want to see these lows get swept down here. So we want to see price get manipulation to set in the bottom wick of this 4-hour candle so we can look for our longs. What happens? Accumulation, boom, manipulation right here. And then this is where it finally starts to set up. There it is. There it is, boys. So sorry, I got the time completely messed up. But you guys can see this. I like caught it right here, pretty much no drawdown. It retested my entry and then completely shot to TP. So that's where I answered it. It's right here. It was the re-PO3 after the initial PO3. We got the close above both these. You see both these bearish gaps that sent us to this manipulation. We got an IFEG. Last thing you want to wait for on these PO3s is the IFEG or CISD. We got the IFEG there, which puts our entry at 643, which is literally like, yeah, like it's in the middle of these wicks. So literally the entry was right here. Initially I had stops below this bullish FEG, I believe. And then, like I said, that same TP, it was around 150, 160 points in that 800 area. And you guys will see how you guys saw that played out, yeah. So they retested my entry, and boom, straight to that TP. And then boom, this was the, so boom, that was the PO3. We got the IFEG, the reaccumulation manipulation PO3. Over 150 points, I got stopped in profit, so $1,300 on that trade. Great trade with 5 micros. And then the last trade of the day, what did I say? I wanted to see this breaker block be the short area. So what did I do? I took TP and instantly was looking for a short. You guys can see in this video here, about a $700 short. We have this PO3. I actually try to top ticket, but there was actually set up too with this IFEG right here. I'll show you guys right now. It's literally right here in front of your face. This was the short. We came up, got the initial tap of the breaker block, then formed this little 1 minute accumulation range. Then you see price manipulate this accumulation range deeper into the breaker block and manipulated this high, creating a bullish value gap. So at that point, I was ready to just top ticket, so I got a little higher of an entry. But the confirmation obviously was us closing below this FEG. But like I showed you in the screenshot, I got a little bit of a better entry. And then from there, we dumped to the accumulation lows, into this internal low, and into these imbalances. So it made a quick 700 on that as well to put us over $3,000 on the day, just like yesterday. Like I said, if you guys aren't in that free Discord, I linked the free Discord in the description of this video. All you got to do is join. Once you join, I'll take it through you real quick. Once you join the free Discord in the description, press claim free access. After you claim your free access, go to the public chat and just type that you're from the YouTube. Once you type that you're from the YouTube in the public chat, I'll add you guys in the free premium. This is where I trade New York session live every single morning. I share my screen. And if you guys don't trade New York session, you only trade Asia, or you trade both, I trade Asia session on my TikTok, which is in my link tree in my IG, or you can find it in the link tree in my Discord profile. I trade on TikTok live for Asia and London. Sometimes London, but mainly Asia. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying these recaps, also remember, if you guys are confused about anything, want any specific breakdowns, make sure you leave a comment below what you guys want to see. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys drop a sub for more. Like, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.